Hi everyone, I hope you're ready for the next part of sign language lesson. I am very excited to move forward and show you new things every single day. I cannot wait to see what you have learned and how you're progressing each and every single day. I'm very proud of you. And before we begin, I would like to encourage you to continue to practice the signs that you know, to practice your ABCs. The next lesson, you really do need to know your ABCs. You really need to memorize them. Make sure you're making the right hand shapes. I've corrected many students on some of their hand shapes, so please make sure your letters look as close to mine as possible. I understand that there's no way we can be exactly the same or perfect, but I would like you to try to make sure that all of your letters look as closely as possible to mine. With that being said, we're going to move on to the new lesson, fingerspelling. What is fingerspelling? So, as we learned before, certain words have signs in sign language, right? Water, food, fruits, vegetables, hello, goodbye, good morning. All of those have signs for them. But what do we do about the words that do not have signs for them? We fingerspell them. That means we use our hand to spell the words using the letters of the alphabet on our fingers, right? We're using our fingers to spell the words. Fingerspell. Cool, huh? So when do we use fingerspelling? Okay, we use fingerspelling to spell the words that do not have signs within these categories. So names of places, right? Hollywood, certain cities, certain states, certain towns, you would fingerspell. Specific things, so if you're in your house and you're looking for something very specific, or if you're at the park and you need something from your backpack, you're at school and you need something from the teacher's table, you would fingerspell those very specific things, okay? Stores, certain stores, either online or in person, you would fingerspell, right? Amazon, Target, Whole Foods, Trader Joe's, those are all stores that you would fingerspell, right? Even electronic stores, even stores that our parents go to, like Home Depot and AutoZone, all of those places, all of those stores, you would need to fingerspell. Brands. There are certain brands of clothing, brands of food, brands of electronics, phone brands, anything that has a brand, you would need to fingerspell, okay? And the last thing that we're going to hopefully move on to very soon is our names. We fingerspell our names. We fingerspell Ms. Binder, we fingerspell the students' names, we fingerspell our parents' names, our pets' names, anything that has a name, you fingerspell, okay? So how do you sign the word fingerspell? You think back to when you first played a piano, or you touched a piano, or you've seen a piano. You just want to run your fingers all across the keyboard, right? It's that same thing, but you use the hand that you write with, your dominant hand. So me, I write with my right hand. So this is my dominant hand, and I am going to bend my hand just a little bit like this, and I'm going to pretend I'm playing the piano, and I'm going to go back and forth. So I'm pretending I'm playing the piano, and I'm moving my wrist to the right and the left, okay? So that is how you say the word fingerspell in sign language. Cool, huh? So what I would like you to do is to fingerspell the word dog, okay? So when we fingerspell, there are some things you need to keep in mind, okay? Our elbow, our whole arm needs to stay in place, okay? When we fingerspell, we want to keep that in place. So what does that mean? That means when I fingerspell, I'm going to fingerspell slowly and clearly, and I'm going to take my time, okay? So I'm going to fingerspell D, O, G. Did you see how my wrist, all the way down to my elbow and my arm, stayed still? I'm going to show you again. D, O, G. Okay? So I'm going to give you examples of what not to do, okay? So when we fingerspell, we do not want to constantly put up and down our hand as we're fingerspelling. That's going to make someone very dizzy when they're trying to see what you're trying to say, okay? So I'm going to give you an example. D-O-G. That's very hard for someone to read if you're constantly moving your hand up and down, especially for the longer words. So make sure your wrist stays in place, your arm stays in place. D, O, and G, okay? Dog. Another thing is you want to avoid moving your hand forward and backwards towards the camera and away from the camera. That is also incorrect in sign language. So just like we have grammar in English, right? Written and spoken English, we have grammar in our, for spelling, our words, our sentences, our paragraphs, everything. We have the same thing, not exactly the same thing, but we have our own version in sign language, okay? So this would be grammatically incorrect. It is not correct if you are fingerspelling your words in any other way than like this, D-O-G, right? Our forearm, our elbow, our arm is staying visible so we can see it in our screen that we're recording, and it stays in place so the person can be able to read it, okay? So I'm going to show you what another thing not to do when you're fingerspelling, okay? Watch. D-O-G, okay? That is also incorrect. I'm moving my wrist and my whole arm forward and back. It's very hard to see, and it's very messy. That's not correct in sign language, okay? So we need to keep that in mind. You need to keep that in mind when you're spelling out dog. Okay, so for this lesson, I would like you to please take your time. You can write this down if you would like to. You can push pause, grab a piece of paper and a pencil, write this down as I explain to you what this assignment is for today. You are going to do 4 things for me. 4. The first thing you're going to tell me using your words, what is fingerspelling? Okay, so if you remember, I told you fingerspelling is when we do not have signs for certain words and we need to spell them using the letters of the alphabet on our hands, right? Or we spell certain words with our fingers. We spell certain words with our fingers. Fingerspell, okay? The second thing you need to tell me is when do we use fingerspelling, okay? When do we use it? When do we use fingerspelling? Again, you're going to tell me we use fingerspelling for words that do not have signs. You can give me, a brand name as an example, like we fingerspell Target, we fingerspell Costco, we fingerspell Amazon. You can give me brands, right? You can give me brands, you can give me a specific thing, names of places. Either one of those things is going to be accepted as long as you give me one. Give me one example of when we use fingerspelling, okay? I would fingerspell my dog's name. I would fingerspell, where I got my mattress from. I would fingerspell that I went to Disneyland. Wherever it may be, fingerspell, okay? When do we use it? The third thing, you're going to show me how to sign the word fingerspell in sign language. So how do we say it? How do we sign it? It's like you're playing the piano and you go like this, okay? You use your dominant hand, the hand you use to write with. So if you write with your right hand, you're going to say, Ms. Binder, this is how you say fingerspell. If you use your left hand, if you're a left-handed person, you use your left hand. Ms. Binder, this is how you sign fingerspell, okay? And the last thing, you're going to fingerspell the word dog for me, okay? So you're going to say, Ms. Binder, this is how you sign the word dog. But I would like you to have your voice off, okay? Remember, voice off in sign language is almost like you're taking a key into the door to unlock it, but you're gonna lock your voice. You're turning off your voice box. So you're gonna turn it off and you're gonna show me how to fingerspell the word dog, okay? So you're saying, Ms. Binder, this is how you fingerspell the word dog. And then make sure you turn off your voice. Okay, so those are the 4 things. What is fingerspelling? Tell me what it is. When do we use fingerspelling? Give me an example. Show me how to sign fingerspell. And the last thing is fingerspell the word dog. Okay? So those are the 4 things. I will also be posting the directions in portfolios in Class Dojo. And this assignment is called Fingerspell ABCs. Okay? Fingerspell ABCs. Got it? Got it. I cannot wait to see your videos. Make sure you practice your ABCs for the rest of the assignments that we have this week. I cannot wait to see them, and I will see you all soon.